Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. Those of you that might not know me, I am Anais Vega, your Client Relations Manager for the Best Western Marketplace. So before we start, just a couple housekeeping rules. First, the webinar is being recorded, so those of you that need to jump off or may not be able to stay to the end, that's okay. We will be sending you a link to the webinar, but just keep in mind that the link is going to be sent to the email that you registered for the webinar. So just kind of keep that in mind. Also, to kind of have a nice clean recording, we're going to have everybody on mute, but that doesn't mean that you can't ask any questions. We ask that you please utilize the chat box and you can ask any questions at any point of the webinar. My colleague Gabby Diaz is going to be asking the questions. We are going to try to ask the questions after a speaker and also at the end of the webinar as well. Now that we're living in this virtual world, to kind of keep the interaction going, and since I can't see your faces, we definitely want to try to have some interaction. So we will be using the poll feature. So that means you're going to see a question pop up, and then we answer the question, and I'll be able to see the live answers. So that'll be a fun feature that we'll be using throughout the webinar. Another feature that we're using is the handout feature. So you'll notice on your GoToWebinar kind of area, there's a little drop down that says handouts. You can click on that. Those are going to be handouts that you'll be able to download during the webinar or even after the webinar, totally up to you. And then you can see some cameras, some other people on the screen here. We've got special guests for you from Kellogg's and Weston. We've got Katie Pollard and Colleen Flynn, so they'll be able to give you loads of information to kind of tell you what new products that are coming up and just good stuff. All right, Katie and Colleen, hi.
Good afternoon, hello.
All right, guys, so we're gonna keep it moving. So to give you a little bit of a rundown of what the webinar, what we're gonna be discussing, first, a bit about the marketplace. We've got probably some new members, some old members, so some of this information may be old, some of this information may be new to you, but we'll be able to kind of have a nice mixed bag of stuff for everybody that's on the webinar. Also, we'll be talking about COVID and your property and the things that are coming up new. Also, member savings and the impact of utilizing the program, the new portal, and also new rebate information, new distributor information, Q1 manufacturer highlights and what we've been working on, working with different manufacturers. And then our special guests, Katie and Colleen from Kellogg's and Weston. I do also want to tell you that if you're able to stay to the end, that would be fantastic because we've got a live raffle and you'll be able to see who wins a $50 Amazon gift card. All right. And also, again, a reminder, throughout the whole webinar, you can put in your questions and we'll be able to answer them. All right, let's keep it moving. So, to start off the webinar, I'm going to ask you your first poll question. So, are you currently enrolled in the Best Western Marketplace? So you'll see the question pop up. Here's your practice. Don't be alarmed. Your screen is not frozen. It's going to take maybe a couple seconds or two. Oh, awesome. I'm seeing numbers coming in. Some of you are saying, wow, awesome. 52% are saying yes. Good stuff. Some of you are not sure. That happens a lot. Yep. And then also, there's also some of you that were on it and need assistance. Great stuff. This is awesome. All right. The poll's gonna close. Beautiful. All right, this is good. So many of you are on the Best Western Marketplace. About 24% of you are not, and 24% of you are not sure. All right. So what is the Best Western Marketplace? So you're gonna hear different players here. You'll hear Source One, and then you've got Best Western Corporate, and then you've got the Best Western Marketplace. What does that mean? Source One and Best Western have partnered together to bring this free program to all the members across the board. So what is that? You've got this program that is non-contractual, so you can be on it or not, up to you, but it gives products that Best Western has tested. Best Western has, these are suggested items, not requirements, but that they have chosen and said, these are good for our members. And now as a collective, we're going to get good pricing. So you right now we're working with 2 different distributors, Cisco and US Foods, and I'm going to give you a little more info later on. But again, this is a free program that is for all the members to give them all savings, which we all need during this time. Again, any questions, please feel free to put them into the chat box. The infamous COVID and your property, guys. We've all felt the effects of COVID. Good thing is that we're seeing the numbers coming back up. Properties are opening. People are purchasing. Things are starting to slowly normalize, which is great. We've been working very closely with Best Western Corporate as far as working with the breakfast standards, bringing new products, working with the manufacturers, trying to, just kind of adapt to this new world that we're in. Apart from that, we're working on new order guides. And again, we're here to assist you and help you during this time. The great thing is that we're seeing those trends coming back up. So there is that light that we're all looking for. Now, next thing, is the member savings. So this is the meat, okay? Here we have from last year, Q1 2019 through Q1 2020 of all the brands and what their savings impact was. Now, as I worked when we were in normal, doing roundtables and things of that nature, one of the things that I learned that a lot of the members have this misconception of their big chunk of savings is going to be in the rebates. Now you're going to hear me throw 2 words here, rebates and deviations. I would say probably everybody knows what rebates are, but deviations are those savings that you're going to see upfront. So when you're purchasing these are items, again, like I mentioned, are items that Best Western has tasted, Best Western has touched, have felt, and said, you know what, this is a good product for our members. We want it on the program. So those items are now have a special pricing for all the members. And then again, that extra are your rebates that you're seeing that are coming from your quarterly statements. And again, if you notice from this graph, the big chunk of the savings is coming from the deviated pricing. Again, don't forget to ask any questions. Feel free to just put them in the chat box. All right, so great news. Right now, you guys are all collecting your rebates from your Best Western statement. You'll see it on there, your rebates. Those come in quarterly. Moving forward, we are going to start allowing the members to have more control, collecting their rebates and collecting them through the member portal. Now, I don't want to freak anybody out here. This is not happening tomorrow. So if you haven't gone on the member portal yet, that's okay. This is our new incentive for 2021. We are going to push forward so that way we're not having a paper rebate check. You have now the ability to claim your rebate, and within 24 to 48 hours, that rebate is going to show up in your account. So again, don't want any freakouts here. If you're not on the portal yet, that's okay. All right. To check your pulses here, I'm throwing in another poll question. Question number 2 is, how many of you have accessed your actual member portal? All right. I'm mentally playing some Jeopardy music here. Nice. Okay. Many of you have not accessed your portal. Nice. This is great. This is actually kind of fun on my end. I get to see it. All right, a couple more seconds here. Beautiful. Okay, so 77% of you have not accessed your portal yet. And again, like I said, no freakouts here. It's okay. We are pushing forward. So let me change my slide here so you can see what the portal looks like. We're pushing forward in our new member portal. Some of you might have used the old one. We have revamped it, made it easy to use. pleasing to the eye. And not only that, not only the fact that you'll be able to collect your rebates on this, there's so much information that we've got here. We're able to see what you're purchasing. We're able to drill down and see what rebates you're collecting from what manufacturers. You'll be able to, those of you that are working with more than one distributor, let's say a management group of some sort, and you have several distributors, you're able to view and see what you're purchasing from each distributor. Apart from that, there's a live chat box, so you'll be able to talk to somebody live. You'll also be able to see manufacturer promotions. So when promotions are going on with specific products, you'll also be able to see it on your member portal as well. So again, so I don't forget, we will be doing a actual training on the member portal. So if you haven't, those of this 77% of you have not been on the portal yet, that's okay. We will be doing a training on the portal. That way we can do a step-by-step and see all the tools that you have access to. Again, if you have any questions, put them in the chat box. All right, shaking your pulses here again. Question number 3. Which distributor are you using for your food and beverage needs? Poll is open. Awesome. It's fun to see the boxes go. All right. We got some people for PFG, got a big percentage for Cisco, US Foods. Nice. 3% for Shamrock. Good stuff. And the poll will be closing soon. Make sure to get that poll. All right. So final percentages here. We've got 67% for Cisco, 37% for US Foods, 10% for PFG, and 3% Shamrock. So some of you might remember, since if you've been on the program for a while, we did send out a survey last year on who you're using. And great news, you guys spoke, we listened, and we basically are bringing more distributors to you. So those of you that are very familiar with the program, at the moment, you have 2 primary distributors. You've got US Foods and you've got Cisco that are allowing you to collect both rebates and deviations. There's that deviation word again. So you've got, now we're gonna be opening up the option to have more distributors that are going to give you both rebates, both deviations. Now, if you're not using, if you're not seeing a distributor here that you're currently using, that's okay. You will still be able to collect the rebates from them, just not necessarily the deviations. But now that we're opening the doors to other distributors, it gives the members more options to have both the rebates and deviations. We're working really hard to be able to bring more savings to the members. That's the point here. We are working to be able to help you guys save the money. Awesome. All right. Again, if you have any questions, put them in the chat box. Okay, manufacturer highlights. So like I mentioned before, we are working very closely with the manufacturers. Times are different. So manufacturers are working on how to bring individually wrapped items, new machinery, touchless machinery. We're moving with the times. So we can't just say stagnant, we got to keep pushing forward. And that's what we're doing with these manufacturers, working really closely with them and bringing you guys new products. So with that, no further ado, I am going to give it to Katie Pollard. She is here from Kellogg's and she'll be able to give you more info. And I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys in a bit.
Thank you for the introduction, Anais. Best Western, Melissa and I appreciate the opportunity to present Kellogg's current lodging solutions and resources as you look to welcome guests back and provide them the comfort and security while they're away from home. As a category partner, we are happy to offer our expertise in the breakfast and snacking occasion to help you win as you navigate the new normal. We will highlight Kellogg's suggested product solutions, merchandising and marketing support, as well as newly developed lodging product guides to include a specific guide on prepackaged options, as well as a full lodging brochure covering each occasion that you'd like to offer your guest products throughout the day. Next slide, please. To understand consumers and your guests' current dining needs, Kellogg's has conducted a global research around consumers' eating occasions. This research has showed that consumers are dining across day parts. Gone are the 3 distinct meals consumed previously: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now consumers are eating across all day parts, from early morning to after dinner late night snacks. It's key and important to provide the dining options and solutions that your guests are looking for when they're looking for them. Kellogg's provides solutions for early breakfast from Morningstar Farms and Garden Burger, our plant-based protein categories. Favorites in the cereal category with Special K and Frosted Flakes, our new addition of RX Bar, and across lunch and afternoon snacks with Rice Krispie Treats, Pop-Tarts, and our new Pop-Tart Bites, as well as Rice Krispie Treat Dunked. Next slide, please. Kellogg's is a global leader in the breakfast, snacks, and plant-based protein categories with beloved brands that bring comfort. We offer a range of package and format types to meet your low-touch prepackaged options, and when the time comes, bulk solutions as we adjust our operational needs. Next slide, please. Again, as Kellogg's looks to highlight our low-touch and prepackaged solutions, we have cereal and snack solutions that are top favorites within your guests that your guests are looking for. These solutions can help bring satisfaction as well as build your RevPAR. As we look to the guest favorites, some ones that we would like to highlight include Kellogg's Rice Krispie Treats, as well as Pop-Tarts, Nutri-Grain, and also within the salty category, which is currently growing 8% with consumers versus prior year, Pop-Tarts and, Pringles and Cheez-Its. In addition, we have the merchandising solutions to help support your key needs, which we'll highlight later in the deck. As we look to 2021, we wanted to share our innovation SKUs, from flavor extensions within Pringles, our Pringles Scorchin', to our Nutri-Grain Bites, Tiger Paws, and Fruit Loop Jumbo Snacks, which are like our cereal, but on steroids, as well as our new Rice Krispie Treat Dunked, Pop-Tart Fruit Loops, in the salty set, our Cheez-It Snapped, and again, Pop-Tart Bites. We also wanted to highlight one of our newest products that we're folding into our away from home business. This is the RX Bar, which features a very minimal ingredient list, clean label, and is a top turner in the bar category. In fact, it's the only bar that brings incremental consumers to the bar category that would not previously have purchased a bar outside of RX being offered. I'm now going to turn it over to Melissa to present and highlight our plant-based protein categories.
Hey guys, thank you, Katie. When looking at this slide, really what we wanted to highlight here is that plant-based proteins are growing at a really impressive rate, and there are 2 different kinds of plant-based protein consumers, and that's why it's important to offer a variety of options. So we know that 1 in 4 consumers want more plant-based protein menu options. So adding plant-based protein to your menu will satisfy your guests and then also help bring new ones in the door. So kind of what we're looking at here is that there's an enormous gap between consumer demand and availability on menus for plant-based items. So with chicken, plant-based chicken, which is one of our newest items that we're launching with Incognito, our Just Like Meat analog plant-based protein brand. So plant-based chicken appeals to almost half of consumers, but only appears on 1% of menus. And so, you know, even with plant-based beef that's been around for some time now, that also appeals to half of consumers. It only appears on 12% of menus. So this really shows the opportunity for growth and capturing additional sales within this space. You can move to the next slide. So I think we were potentially missing a slide that just kind of highlights our two plant-based protein brands, but I can just speak to it, and obviously we'll send out information after the call too. So Morningstar Farms is one of our plant-based protein brands, and it offers consumers that kind of traditional plant-forward option. And then we also have Incognito, which I mentioned, which is our meat analog, just like meat experience. And so we kind of have those two different brands that really meet consumer needs across the board when they're looking for plant-based protein items. So, you know, from our burger, we have breakfast sausage, chorizo crumbles, and now our new chicken. We really have all of the products that can play across different day parts and menu items to satisfy all consumer needs in this space. Okay, we can move on, sorry. Okay. So something very exciting. So our Rice Krispie Treats packages in food service right now feature an on-pack promotion and overall campaign around bringing joy into each day and sharing gratitude and appreciation for those around us. So as you can see in this photo, this is one of our Rice Krispie Treats with the special promotional packaging. So really this was designed to help bring joy and hope and inspiration back, you know, as we find a sense of normalcy post-COVID. And then we know our customers like you guys are looking for ways to connect with your guests. And we really believe that this is the perfect turnkey way to do that by, you know, utilizing one of our top turning SKUs. So this packaging is flowing through now until the end of August. So if you're already ordering one of our core Rice Krispie Treat original SKUs, you'll already get this promotional packaging. But then on top of that, we have a sweepstakes. We have a you know, a customer sweepstakes that your guys and individual properties can participate in, and then we also have a consumer sweepstakes for your guests. So if you you know, send in a photo of your display of Rice Krispie Treats or an invoice with 3 or more cases, you guys could win gift cards. And then for your guests, if they purchase one of these specially marked Rice Krispie Treats, write a kind message on it and post it on social media with a special hashtag, they can also win prizes. So this is happening monthly from January to June. And again, you'll receive more details after this presentation as well.
All right, thank you, ladies. And I'm back to ask you another poll question. I don't know about you guys, but this is making me a little bit hungry. I've definitely had the bars, and they're fantastic. And Incognito meat, awesome. So next question. How many of you guys are interested in featuring the Kellogg's Rice Krispie Treats Treat It Forward, excuse me, guest promotion at your property? Poll is open. Nice. All right. Numbers going up, going down. I feel like I'm in a game show here. Good stuff. All right, poll's about to close. Hurry up and click on that button. 5, 4, 3, 2. Closing that poll. All right, it's pretty neck and neck. 55% of you say yes, 45% of you say no. So, all right, ladies, here you go. Moving it back to Kellogg's.
Awesome. So this page really just highlights all of the resources that we have to kind of help in a number of different areas across our portfolio. So we've been really focused over the last year on ensuring that we're providing the right, you know, insights-based solutions and support for our lodging customers like you guys. So featured here on the screen, we have, a COVID-specific breakfast guide, kind of featuring all of our different product and merchandising solutions there. We have a number of category and consumer insights. We have a lot of chef-inspired tools as well, things like recipes, and we have like tasty style videos, including some of our recipes. So yeah, like we said, a number of different tools that we'll also be able to provide after this presentation.
Perfect. And we do have a couple of questions for the Kellogg's team. The first one is, are the RX bars shelf stable?
Yes, they are.
Perfect. And then the second one is, I would like to try your plant-based breakfast sausage patties. Do you provide samples for testing?
We do. We're happy to provide samples for you to try the product, and if you're interested in testing some within your property, we're happy to provide samples for that. All you would need to do is either contact Melissa and I directly, or or you can reach out to Source One, Anais, and she will be happy to ensure that your information is provided to me so that I can have these samples shipped directly to you.
Perfect. And I think that's it for questions for the Kellogg's team. Awesome. So just a reminder, guys, those of you that are interested, it might be easy to just take a picture of the screen. That way you can contact Katie. Those of you that are definitely interested in the Rice Krispie Treat promotion as well, take a screenshot, and that way you can contact Katie, or again, you can contact myself as well, whatever is easier. All right, our next up, so thank you, Melissa and Katie. Thanks.
Thank you.
Next up is Colleen Flynn from Lamb Weston. All right, here we go.
Awesome, thank you. Hi everyone, I am Colleen Flynn, and I also have my marketing specialist, Danny Jolst, on the call. We're from Lamb Weston. Lamb Weston is your current frozen potato supplier through Best Western, or Source One. We're here today to talk possibilities with potatoes. At Lamb Weston, we've seen how hard your team works behind the scenes in order to provide something special to your guests. So it's only fair that we work just as hard to provide that same level of dedication and commitment to you. This all starts with listening to your needs. Hearing firsthand from businesses like yours has helped us develop industry-leading product innovations like our premium Lamb Weston hash browns, which are the perfect on-the-go breakfast or even snack option to get your guests moving for the day. Lamb Weston currently has 4 innovative brands of product to explore, from our crispy on delivery line to the #1 consumer ranked potato seasoning, Seashore Style. We strive to match the right product to each operator every time. So today we'll be discussing and taking a closer look at the versatile waffle hash brown, item LW205. All waffle, all hash brown, all good. Lamb Weston item LW205 waffled hash browns are made from real shredded Idaho potatoes and baked to crispy perfection. They're savory, seasoned roasted potato shreds. You can warm in a turbo chef, a quick cook oven, or on the grill. There is no fryer required. So that is huge for us. A lot of times for non-commercial segments, you still need some fryers, and we don't necessarily have those. So there's no fryer required. They ship frozen and have a 48-hour refrigerated shelf life. They're pre-baked versus par-fried, which is a better for you option. The waffle hash browns are unique, which piques consumer interest and purchase intent. And you can use it as a base, a premium side, a standalone portable flavorful snack, or at breakfast and beyond. This will allow you to grow traffic and have higher price points, and they're great as a featured menu item. They're a simple new way to delight your guests. And Cleveland research stated that due to the pandemic, recent consumer and operational changes have led to increased demand for convenience-based items and innovative solutions to the lodging sector. Next slide, please. So pictured here is the actual case image and packaging so you can see how they're shipped. Lamb Weston waffle hash browns, pack sizes 16 6-count bags, which you can see in the photo. There are 3 bags with 6 hash browns inside. With no fryer needed, they're easy to add to your menu in countless delicious ways. The waffle hash brown is ready to eat and does not require a cooking step for food safety once thawed. However, for crispiness and an optimum eating experience, you should prepare the product as directed on the case or spec sheet. Next slide, please. As mentioned, you can cook the waffle hash browns in a conventional oven, a flat top grill, or a Turbo Chef Bullet Encore 2. And you can also see the necessary materials required, the temperature and cooking time in this chart. If you do have other quick cook ovens that are not listed here, you can please send the models over to myself or Danny, and I will have Lamb Weston's food safety team adequately review and test the product and model to meet food safety standards. Next slide, please. Since this product is so versatile, I wanted to provide a few unique creative menu concepts that can be used for any day part. Here we have the waffle hash brown shown as a base to be topped and used with a fork and knife. So the first image, we have like a waffled hash tostada, and then we have mini chicken and waffle hash brown sliders, which are really cute and just like finger foods, and the peanut butter banana toast. You can also use this as a carrier, replacing that bread or tortilla with the waffle hash brown, served on a plate or in a sleeve. A few recipe concepts are green apple and smoked Gouda sandwich, a breakfast sandwich, or a brunch sandwich. Next slide. And then you can also feature it as a side accompaniment, so it's a complement to a meal, with soup, replacing the crackers or bread, with a salad replacing the bread, or with dips, replacing those chips or bread. And then finally, as a standalone, portable, flavorful snack, so just to be enjoyed alone. You can use it for just buffet style under a heat lamp, or individually in a sleeve, or lightly topped with Parmesan and parsley, like a Parmesan crisp. So many options. You can use this as snacking on the go is really high right now with COVID and new regulations. So we believe the waffle hash brown is a perfect solution for Best Western and versatile for all day parts. Due to COVID-19, new formats are leading to a shift in product demand towards more prepackaged and grab-and-go options across end markets. Cleveland research stated that about 80% of operators across lodging are adding more convenient options, and 68% of consumers consider this a unique item. Data Essential stated that 66% of consumers want a different twist on a menu item, and 50% of millennials will try a new food just because it sounds interesting. So for more information regarding the waffle hash brown and recipes, you can visit lambweston.com or reach out to myself or my marketing specialist, Danny Jolt, and we'd be happy to assist in all things potato. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Colleen. We do have a couple of questions for you and Danielle, if you're able to get those. The first one is, are these gluten-free?
Are these gluten-free? Danny, do you know that question? And if not, we will get back to you guys. And I can send that question over to Anais. Danny, do you have that? I don't think they are, but.
Yeah, hi there. I don't believe so. Anything claimed as gluten-free, we can kind of state free of gluten. But let me check into that and I will get that back to Anais.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at the ingredients and I don't want to state it. So we will follow up with you and we'll get the exact answer for you. But thank you for that question.
Perfect.
The second question is, how big is the size of one waffle hash brown?
Oh, great question. So they are about 3.5 inches. So I guess like as an adult hand, like your size of your palm in a way.
Perfect. And then the last
So they'll fit
question
in a sleeve.
the last question that we have for you is, are the individual sleeves available to purchase with the waffle hash browns?
And no, they are not available to purchase. You can find those at, I know Bagcraft has them on their online store, and then any other restaurant supply store will have any type of kind of hash brown or sleeve holder for sandwiches. So you can check out any online store as well.
And also jumping in, just to jump in there as well, you can reach out to me. I can help you find an actual sleeve. We've got different options as well.
Yeah, I think we tested that when we sent some samples over, and I usually tested, made sure they fit in a bag. So please let us know. And any samples, Danny and myself can help with that. We have local people all over the U.S. that can come and meet with you, answer anything potato related, questions, concerns. So we're here to help. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Gabby, was that the last question?
Yes, it was.
Awesome. Thank you. I've actually had those waffles, but we had them with, it was like a peanut butter fluffernutter thing, and it was amazing. It was
so good.
That was so good. Yeah. So I feel like my mouth is watering here. I got to turn off my camera soon. But awesome. All right. So thank you, ladies. So we're kind of here at the end of our presentation, but before we end, couple things. If you haven't gone onto your portal, which I saw a lot of you have not, which scan this code, it'll take you directly to the website, or you can reach out to myself. I'll help you. Again, a reminder, we will be having a webinar that's going to walk you through the portal, so we'll be sending that out through the newsletter. Some of you probably have seen the newsletter. We're sending them internally and externally as far as members that are currently enrolled and members that are not currently enrolled. So more to come on that. Also, those of you that are still on, we've got the special raffle coming on, so it's live. Gabby will be doing the raffle. Or actually, Gabby, do we have any other questions before we move to that raffle?
I do not see any, so I think we're good to go.
Okay. All right, everyone. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining. Ladies, thank you for giving us this great information and these new products. Again, keep an eye out for that newsletter so that you guys can join the webinar for the portal. And again, if you need anything, just reach out to us. Bye, guys. And wait, don't go yet. We got the raffle.
The raffle.
Perfect. So hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. And without further ado, let's get to the price wheel and find our one lucky winner of the $50 Amazon gift card. All right. Here we go. All right. Perfect. And we have a winner, and it is Rakesh Patel. So congratulations. I will be contacting you shortly to send you your e-gift card. And then before we go, there's also a survey at the end of this webinar. Kindly please complete it by the end of the day. This will help us for future webinar content specifically for you. And also there will be an additional raffle for a $20 gift card for those who do actually complete it. So don't miss out on that opportunity. Thank you, ladies, for joining, and thank you, everybody, for jumping on board. I hope that this webinar was of good use on your time, and we will see you next time.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.